song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cages loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the days on its run. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Larry Kudlow. I hope I'm hooked up with the mic. I believe I am. We're here to celebrate, actually. That's what we're going to call this, to celebrate the new American workforce, is what I'm calling it. The new American workforce in the middle of an economic boom. One person has gone around the country championing, crusading, so that every worker can be, listen to this word, it's one of my favorite words, reskilling. Reskilling. We've all got, later on, I'm going to ask her about reskilling old broadcasters and NEC directors, and maybe more. Anyway, the headline here is you have a new announcement now. This is private sector, okay, private companies, no government money, but dealing with the American workforce so it can fit in the missing links between job openings and folks who want to work. Ivanka Trump, tell us about it.
Thank you, Larry, and thank you for this opportunity. So we're sitting in a room today surrounded by companies who have committed to investing in their workforces and workers who have benefited, and students from those programs. The reality is that we have an incredible economy, a robust economy, and that's because of deregulation, because of tax reform, and for the first time in history, we have more vacant jobs than we have unemployed workers to fill them. And so this represents an enormous opportunity for us to think about making sure that every American worker is equipped with the skills they need, whether they're in high school and they're looking to graduate and have a job ready for them upon graduation, or whether they're a mid to late career worker who's looking for an opportunity to learn a new skill or learn a new trade. So we've been doing that. The president, back in July, announced a call to action where he wanted the private sector to step up and start to take responsibility and take a commitment for investing in their own workforce. They did that. Back at the end of July, we announced over 3.5 million jobs created by companies such as Apple and FedEx, Microsoft and Walmart and so many others. Since that period of time, more than 120 additional companies have signed our Pledge to America's Workers. And as Larry noted, no federal funds are involved in this at all. And they're committing to retraining, creating new jobs, creating enhanced career opportunities, apprenticeship, learn while you earn opportunities. So several of those employers are here with us today. We've got the CEO from Textron, who has committed to 22,000 opportunities to train workers in the aviation sector. So thank you very much for that commitment. Ford Motor Company is committed to providing 55,000 new jobs and opportunities in the automotive sector. AT&T has committed to 200,000 new jobs and opportunities. And IPC, John, the CEO, thank you so much, of this association that represents electronic assembly industry, whose members have committed a total of 1 million new jobs and training opportunities. So just incredible.
Stand up, please.
Please, yes.
And so the headline is, you're up to?
We're up to 6.3 million new jobs.
Which is incredible. Incredible.
And if you think about that in context, that represents 5% of the current workforce. So it's really remarkable. And really this is that call to action to the private sector to invest in the current and the future workforce. And we're going to continue to have the private sector sign our pledge and agree to making this type of investment. With that, while the last event and the last time we were here announcing the launch of the pledge, today we really wanted to focus on the workers that benefit from it. So in my travels, and I've been to job training programs in now 14 states across the country and really seen the best-in-class things that are happening on a state level. Thank you, Governor Bevin, for all that you're doing, and on a private sector level. But I've met some remarkable people, many of whom are in this room. I'd like to briefly introduce Eric, who I was just in Eastern Kentucky with, who went from a job in the coal mining industry to now a CNC machining instructor. He was so good that they wanted to keep him to train their other workers. So maybe, Eric, if you wouldn't mind standing and telling us a little bit about your story.
Well, like you said, I was a laid-off coal miner. I worked in the coal mines for 30 years. Worked my way through it all. Electrician when I was laid off. Found myself without anything to, support my family with. What am I going to do? Unemployment's not going to do it. I'm not old enough to be retired yet, so I got to work every day of my life, So I got the opportunity through Paintsville CAP office to give me the knowledge of the CNC machine school that had just opened up there in Paintsville. I was in the first class, went through it as a 16-week course, took to it, understood it, become a part of it. They decided to keep me there, and I help with other students. We're on our third class now. We have people working in Louisville, Winchester, all around the surrounding area. But those guys, they want to come home too and then work right there in the area. So we're hoping that with the school and the jobs that we're creating will bring industry in, and we'll all flourish. Just bring it on. So. Thank you.
I saw firsthand just how amazing Eric is and the work that he does and the instruction he's given to so many in that facility. So really amazing. And Stasia, I met you in Houston. And Stasia is currently training to be an apprentice and is valedictorian of her class, graduating, I believe, just in a couple months, and is looking forward to a career as a pipe fitter. I should also mention that you're a Marine Corps veteran. So would you share your story with us, Stasia?
Well, as she said, my name is Stacia Brightman. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm the proud mother of 2 boys, and I'm a Marine Corps veteran. My oldest son is also a Marine as well, stationed in MCAS Cherry Point. Following my career in the Marine Corps, I found myself unemployed, working a bunch of dead-end jobs. And I was looking for something more than just a job. I wanted a career. So I was approached by S&B for their Women's Apprenticeship Program, which is an Earn While You Learn program. At that time, I was kind of discouraged because the oil and gas industry is not an industry that has a lot of respect for women and has a lot of respect for females. So I went and I spoke with my pastor, and my pastor gave me some words of advice. She told me that be the change that I want to see. Be the woman that can go out there and make the difference, that can earn the women respect. So I agreed to the Women's Apprenticeship Program from S&B. It's a 16-week course, and we are on our 11th week, and as Ms. Ivanka said, yes, I am the valedictorian of our class. I appreciate S&B for the opportunity that it's given me. Not only do I have a job, now I have a career, and I have a career that I can lean on and that I can look forward to, and that'll take me further.
Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Anna. Anna, I met in Pittsburgh in August in Robotics Row. And Anna, and I see several of her classmates, are part of the first robotics team. And hi, ladies. They are doing just incredible things in the field of STEM, and they're competing both in Pennsylvania and internationally, and are really our next generation of entrepreneurs, engineers, innovators, and really inspiring. So Anna, will you share with us some of your goals and your story?
Yeah, my name is Anna Nesbitt. I'm a sophomore in high school. I am, as Ms. Trump said, I am a part of a first robotics team called Girls of Steel Robotics. You can see 3 of the other girls on our team right over there. Every year, our robotics team of around 50 girls from the greater Pittsburgh area meets at Carnegie Mellon University, and we build an 120-pound robot in 6 weeks. Once we build the robot, then we go to international competitions, and we compete with it through a game that FIRST designs. But these teams are so much more than just about robotics. Each girl on our team is part of a business sub-team and a technical sub-team, which allows girls to be able to spend 1 day a week writing a business plan and the next day of a week welding. And it's really teaching girls on our team and on all FIRST programs similar to ours, real-world skills that you could not get from sitting behind a desk in a classroom. So the things that I've learned through Girls of Steel and been empowered to try through Girls of Steel, I know are going to shape my future. And yeah, I'm really thankful for the opportunities that we've had through these after-school programs in STEM.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story, and I thought that would set a nice tone for a broader discussion about the economic opportunity that's been being created by President Trump and this administration. So Larry, I'll kick it over to you now.
Thank you. Thank you, Yvonne. By the way, young lady, robot building. A lot of people are worried about the future with robots. But somebody's got to build them. Somebody's got to service them. Somebody's got to keep them going. There's a lot of jobs there. You've got one. I think you illustrated an important point.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yes, Girls of Steel really, and all FIRST robotics programs, there's tons of scholarships through them, and you come out of the meetings feeling like you know more than you went into, and so that really does empower you to join that STEM workforce. I know Tina, who's sitting over there, she's interested in going into robotics, and whenever she started Girls of Steel, she wanted to go into history. So it really does empower you to try new things, go out of your comfort zone, which is things that girls need.
Thank you. Terrific stuff. So, Mr. President, nobody wants to talk about the economy anymore. So let's talk about the economy. All right?
I like it.
You beat your critics. You beat your naysayers. We're growing at 3% plus. We just had a record, let's see, 18-year high in consumer confidence, I think yesterday or the day before. How'd you do it? What's the message here?
Well, we did it with a lot of good thought, and we did it with a lot of great people like we have here today, and some are going into different fields. By the way, the coal mining field is doing very well right now, but some people will go out of that, and some people will go into that because, frankly, it is really, as you know, you see what's happening. It's doing great. We have the governor of Kentucky with us, and he has been, Matt, please stand up, Matt Bevin. Please, what a job he's done. And he can tell you how well it's doing, but we have a lot of other industries that are doing well. You really have your choice. You didn't have a choice just a few years ago, and now you have a choice because our markets are so strong. The job market at 3.7% is the lowest in 50 years. It's the best unemployment numbers we have in 50 years, and that's wonderful, but we actually need workers now. That's a good thing to be saying because that hasn't been said for many, many decades. And we want people to come in. You've all been reading about the immigration situation with the caravans and all, but the fact is we want people coming into the country. We want them to come in legally. They want to come through a system that we have set up and that we're really setting up well. And they want to come in, and we want them to come in through merit so that they can help these companies because we have, just in Japan alone, we have 6 major car companies going to open up new plants and coming in. They're coming into Michigan, and they're coming to Ohio. They're coming to a lot of different places. We have a lot of car companies coming. We have a lot of companies, period. Foxconn in Wisconsin is an example. And all of this has just led to optimism. I mean, we're cheerleaders. That's a big part of it. And we're cheerleaders for our country, for our system. We're getting rid of a lot of the bureaucratic blocks and a lot of the regulations, Larry, which you know are very important. In fact, before we did the tax cuts, and the tax cuts are a big factor, but before we did these really massive tax cuts, the biggest that we've ever done, we did regulation cuts, and quite a bit before, and the economy was really going very well. And then you added to that the tax cuts and other things that we have within the reform bill. And the end result is we have an economy that's the hottest economy right now in the world. And I guess the stock market is up to getting close to 50%. If you think about it, that's incredible since the election. And it's, in fact, I hear today it's doing very well, Larry. It's up another 400 points. It was up 450 or so points yesterday, and it's just doing well. I will say this, they're waiting for the results of the midterms. And if the midterms, for some reason, don't do so well for Republicans, I think you're all going to lose a lot of money. I hate to say that. I think you're going to lose a lot of money. People are waiting on your 401ks and everything else. They're waiting to see what happens with the midterms. And if it comes out good, like we think it probably will, because there's a good feeling in the air, there are a lot of people voting, go out and vote. But if it comes out good, I think the market's going to continue to go through a period that, like we've never seen before.
Yes, sir. It's a healthy economy. You know, the gentleman over there said, bring it on. I love that. I say that American men and women in business and the workforce are crushing it. We're the hottest economy in the world right now. Trillions of dollars are coming our way. Let me ask you this. Very unusual. When you look at the statistics, God forbid we should use a factoid, we are experiencing record blue-collar employment increases, the likes of which we haven't seen since the middle 80s, okay, when I was a Cub Scout for Reagan. We are looking at blue-collar wage increases are rising faster than white collars. Now, I'm not against white collars, but I'm just saying this is the blue-collar, middle-class Trump economy. How do you account for that?
Well, if you remember, the previous administration said there won't be any more manufacturing jobs. You're going to need a magic wand and all of that. Well, we had the magic wand because we have almost 600,000 manufacturing jobs since the election, and it's going to go much, much higher than that. And these are among our best jobs. I mean, if you look at jobs, those are great jobs. They're high-paying jobs. They're skilled jobs. People are being trained for those jobs. And I think, look, I think that companies coming in, you have some of the great companies, and I really appreciate your top people coming from these great companies. And I just feel that they can train people far better than the government can train people. And they go specifically to that company. But I don't think there's ever been a way that we can go as a government and train people like you can train them for your great companies. And I also know that what happens, oftentimes these people that didn't know too much, and they go in, they get trained, they get a job, they do phenomenally well within the company. They go up in rank, they go up right like a rocket ship, and they go up in salary and pay, and even ownership in many cases where they have stock ownerships and options and everything else. So I just want to appreciate, these are great companies that are with us today, and you have done a fantastic job. So thank you all. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
During the campaign, you made it very
Which
clear.
one? Which campaign? There've been a lot of campaigns.
2016. During that campaign, I thought you made it very clear. You were speaking to people all across the country, the workforce, the entrepreneurs, the business owners. I thought you made it clear that the war against business is over, the war against energy is over, the war against success is over. If you succeed, you can keep more of what you earn. Almost from the day after you won, a falling consumer confidence index started to rise and rise and rise. Day before yesterday, I think, 18-year high. The thing hasn't stopped rising. The same is true for small businesses. Have you changed the attitudes? Have you changed the psychology? Have you said to folks, go out there and take a rip at the ball?
Well, look, I'm a believer in this country. I'm a believer in this system. This is the greatest system on earth. I said it before, we are cheerleaders. If you look at what's going on in certain states, and if you look at what's going on in certain areas of the world, for the most part, the ones that are doing well are the ones that are really in favor. Nobody's hot like we are, though. There's no other country on this planet that's hot like the United States. And a lot of people said this can't happen because we're big. We're a big country. If you look at comparing us to, as an example, China, we're going way up, and China's been hurt over the last number of months, and they're having a hard time, and they'll be fine. And let's see what happens, but we have a chance to make a fair deal because China's been hurting us, and trade deals have been hurting us, and we're changing them. We changed with Mexico. We changed with Canada, South Korea. We have a new deal. We're now negotiating with the European Union, which has been just absolutely hurting the United States. They don't take our product. They don't take your product. They don't take our product. They don't do a lot of things. They charge tremendous tariffs, and we don't. And it's been very difficult dealing with the European Union, but we are now negotiating with them from a position of total strength, because if they don't treat us fairly, we're not going to treat them fairly. And the same goes for many other countries around the world, including China. But people come in, prime ministers come in, and presidents come in, and kings and queens, and everybody comes in. And the first thing they always say is, congratulations on what you've done with the economy. We are literally the hottest country in the world economically, and it's a great thing to see. And I think we have a long way to go. I really believe that. I think, Larry, we have a tremendously long way to go.
You know, Ivanka, you've got, if I understand it, roughly 7 million job openers in the hottest economy in the world.
Yeah.
So your reskilling comes at exactly the right moment.
It's critical that we make sure there's an alignment between the jobs in demand in the modern economy and the skills being taught in our classrooms, our technical schools, and that's what this administration is completely committed to. But it's also really important that we work with industry and also with governors. So as part of this pledge, we had governors sign a pledge saying that they would prioritize this in their states because they do reskilling. They know the needs of their local marketplaces far better than the federal government does. So this president, after this legislation languishing for almost a decade, signed Perkins Career and Technical Education into law, modernized it. This is money that goes to the states that enables the governors to invest and fuel the growth of jobs and training programs that are actually working. Governor Bevin, who's here with us today, is working very hard to attract businesses because the skilled workforce is there. So you really do need this whole pairing of the industry, the skilled labor, and of course the government's commitment to championing.
Some initiative, some hard work.
A lot of, well, we do that well in this country. So this room is absolutely a testament to the fact that our greatest resource is the American workforce.
So,
But Larry, you do need what Ivanka said last. You need some help from the government to get it started in the right direction. One of the things I'm very proud of is the steel industry. The steel industry was dead. It was as dead as a doornail. We weren't going to have a steel industry in 2 years. You look at what happened. It used to be our great industry. United States Steel was our biggest company many years ago, and there was nothing even like it. It was a juggernaut. It was a powerful, powerful company. And you look at what's happened to our industry, and it's gone down, really gone down the tubes. We literally, and you need steel. You know, there are certain industries we can actually do without and we can buy, but you have to have steel and aluminum. And I put a very substantial penalty on what was happening because other countries were destroying our steel industry. And in addition to collecting a lot of money, which we're collecting on the tariffs, where we put tariffs on the dumping of steel and aluminum, 25% on steel, 10% on aluminum, I mean, these industries, it's incredible what's going on. U.S. Steel is building many plants and expanding many plants. Nucor is building, and these are new plants in many cases. These are big, beautiful plants. We're going to be using the iron ore from Minnesota and other places, and Minnesota's booming because of it, whereas the previous administration shut it down for environmental reasons, they said, but nobody quite got it, and they just shut it down, and it was just collapsing. But we were not going to have a steel industry. Now, if you just look at it from the standpoint of defense, if you don't have steel, you don't have defense. You're not going to be buying your steel from a foreign country in case you have a problem, which hopefully we won't ever. But you have to have a steel industry. You have to have a very strong aluminum industry. And you take a look at what's happened to those industries. But steel is the talk of the world because they're saying the steel industries, Wilbur knows because you used to be in that business, the steel industries are coming back, industry, like almost, I can say this, it will be at a level that people won't believe in a very short period of time. And this happened over the last 7 or 8 months. You look at what the plans are for U.S. Steel and for Nucor and so many others where they're building plants, and eventually those prices are going to end up being lower because everything's going to be made here. We're taking the iron ore from here. We're taking everything right from our mines, and that's great for our miners, by the way, but we're all doing it here. We don't need outside for that, nor should we. The other thing is the quality of the steel is much better because we were having garbage dumped on our shores. It was sand. It was all sorts of rock in it. It was bad steel. It wasn't structurally good. And we are now we're creating a fine quality steel, which to me is a very important thing. So what we've done with the steel industry in a very short period of time, I would really say over the last year is being talked about all over the world. We have a steel industry again, and it's really roaring.
Tax cuts have enabled this to really transpire as well. So all of the companies here, the cutting of the corporate rate, the cutting of the individual rates, repatriation of money back from overseas, back to our shores, 100% capital expensing has been just a tremendous boon for the economy. But one of the elements that we've talked about a lot in this room that's very exciting in the Treasury.
All right, folks. So the president has just landed in Florida. Let me put you guys the footage right now. We have live footage of the president landing in Florida, where Governor Rick Scott is standing by to meet up with him.
Can you hear me? Are you taking me or a live look here?
All right, so I'm going to be putting it up on your screen in a second here as the president has just landed in Florida. So make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. Here we go. All right, folks. So this is live footage from Florida where the president has just landed for his Make America Great Again rally. So the Air Force One will be pulling up in just a few minutes.
I guess they're just doing an anchor thing. You're clear. We gotta get you dialed in. This is annoying. I shouldn't be having to tell you what to do.
All right, folks, give it a second.
Yes.
All right, folks, let's take a little. Give me a second here. All right, folks, in the chat, let me know what you guys think the Secret Service code name for President Trump is. Also, what do you guys think the code name for First Lady Melania Trump is? Let us know in the chat. What do you guys think is the code name, the Secret Service code name for President Donald Trump? Let us know in the chat.
Well, yeah, let me give you a look right now, Bob. You can see that the very large Air Force One has just...
All right, that lady's very loud and she's getting in the way, so... Don't you guys hate it when people are extremely loud and you're trying to either film or take a footage of something? It always happens at all the live events, folks. When we were in Politicon, now here at the thing, and sometimes when we're at rallies too, people are the mainstream media is extremely loud. Maybe it's because they have cheap microphones. They can't afford good microphones. I don't know, but they yell into the microphone like crazy lunatics. I don't get it. All right, so yeah, you guys are 100% correct. His Secret Service code name is Mogul. That is his Secret Service name. Also, First Lady Melania Trump is known as Muse because of her former career as a model. Ivanka Trump Secret Service code name is Marvel, according to the Daily Caller. Other news agencies have said that Donald Trump Jr. is marksman. That's according to Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump will be known as mountaineers and marksmen. So marksman is for Don Jr. and mountaineer is for Eric Trump. So let's see what else. Barron doesn't have one. It hasn't been released. Vice President Mike Pence is known as Hoosier. That's his nickname or his code name. So yeah, folks, you guys got it right. Whoever said mogul, then that's correct. The president has landed in Florida for his Make America Great Again rally. We already have footage from inside the venue. So as soon as the president comes out, we're going to switch over to the venue where we're going to have the rally. So thank you so much for choosing us as your stream of choice. Please share this live stream on social media. If you guys share it on Twitter, I'll give you guys a quick shout out. Also, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. That way, YouTube has no choice but to share this live stream, but to share this Trump rally so more people can see it. So thank you so much in advance. All right, folks, I would like to give a shout out to Robert. Thank you so much, Robert. Also, TS2680. Thank you so much for sharing the live streams. Louis, thank you so much, Louis, for sharing the live stream. Let's see, who else do we have on here, folks? Let's see here. Live Trump. Okay, so we have Yo Mama. Thank you so much, Yo Mama, for sharing the live stream. I just got to make sure that the ones I'm giving a shout out is to actually our live stream and not somebody else's. Like, I've done it in the past and it's okay and everything, but still. Patricia, thank you so much, Patricia, for sharing the live stream. Also, thank you to Miss Pebbles. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. All right, let's see who else do we have on here. There's the president. All right, folks, as you guys just witnessed, Governor Rick Scott and the president has gone into the motorcade. They're on their way to the rally in Fort Myers, Florida, where we are live. Let me show you guys live footage of that real quick. Boom, there it is. Look at that. Promises made, promises kept. As you guys can see, the motorcade is en route to that rally, folks. That rally is packed. It is packed from side to side, all the way to the back. Thousands of people outside, like always, folks. This is one of, I believe, 3 stops in the next 4 days in Florida. So the president's gonna be a lot in Florida. He's gonna be doing 11 rallies in the next 4 days, 3 rallies a day for the last 4 days, 3 of those 4 days, and then 2 rallies tomorrow and on Friday. All right, folks, so we're going to switch over to the rally. This is live footage from Florida, where President Trump is on his way. He just landed. If you guys just tuned in this very second, the president has landed in Florida. He's on his way to the rally. This is live footage from Florida. Thank you so much for choosing us as your stream of choice. Please share this live stream on social media, Twitter, or on Facebook, or on Reddit, or on any of those other social media websites. We wish we can say Gab.ai, but they got shut down, I believe. And they're working very hard. The mainstream media and the leftists are working very hard to completely deplatform them. So we hope that they come back online at some point soon. So yeah, folks, if you guys share the live stream on social media, we'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you from us live here at Golden State Times. Also, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. This is live footage, like I said, from the venue where President Trump is going to give his speech in just a few minutes. So make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to the Zachary Mantis. Thank you so much for your support on Super Chat. I apologize if I didn't get it right when you contributed, but thank you so much for your help and your support. All of those Super Chats gets us to the next rally, gets us to the next event. So if you guys would like to help out Golden State Times, Super Chat is a very good way of doing it. Also, PayPal, the link is in the description below if you guys would like to contribute to Golden State Times. We need as much help as we can possibly get, folks. You guys know the dirty tricks that YouTube and Google does, especially on people that are trying to show you the full footage of what's going on, instead of just the clips and snippets that the mainstream media wants to force feed you. We don't do that here at Golden State Times, folks. We show you the footage from the beginning to the end. We pass the president's speech in its entirety. We don't tell you how to think. We don't have bobbleheads telling you, what the president just said. You can listen to it for yourself. That's what we do here live at Golden State Times. I also want to say thank you to Chosen Blessings. Thank you so much for your support on PayPal. And then I have more Patriots on here. Who else? We have Mark. Thank you so much, Mark, for your support on PayPal. And then we have another Patriot here, Russell. Thank you so much, Russell, for your support on PayPal. And Russell, again, thank you so much, Russell, for all of your support. Tons of Trump rallies coming up in the next 4 or 5 days, folks, right before the midterm election. 11 in total. There could be even more. So on the 5th and the 4th, we're going to have 3 rallies each day. So that's 6 rallies in 2 days. And then also on the 1st and the 2nd, we're going to have 2 Trump rallies a day. Today is only 1 Trump rally. So 1, 2 tomorrow, 2 Friday, 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday, 3 Monday, until we get to the midterms, which we are also going to be covering live here at Golden State Times. So make sure you guys tune in on Tuesday, Election Day, for full coverage of the midterm elections live here at Golden State Times. So don't forget to tune in. Make sure you guys subscribe and click the notification bell. That way you guys stay up to date and get the heads up when we go live for any events, White House, State Department, Pentagon, Department of Justice, all of them. We stream everything live here. Thank you so much. We have quite a few super chats that we're going to be giving shout outs to. Just give me a second while I try to maneuver this and try not to break my computer here. All right. Thank you very much to April Connolly. Thank you so much, April. AO1968. Thank you so much. The Zachary Mantis, like I said, thank you so much for your support. And also the Zachary Mantis again. Thank you so much for your support. All of those super chats and contributions help out a lot, folks. It helps us get better, bring you better footage, bring you better, more clear live streams and stuff like that. It really does help. So thank you so much. I'll be giving quick shout outs in just a few minutes of people that are sharing the live stream on Twitter or on Facebook. So make sure that you guys share it, and we'll give you guys a quick shout out as a thank you. Don't worry how many subscribers or followers you have or how many likes you have on Facebook. You still come up on the chat, on the search. And that's what helps out this channel. When someone comes up on the search with our live stream and someone types it in saying Trump Live or President Trump Live or Trump Rally Live, your tweet will come up on there. And you just helped out Golden State Times. You just got a person to see the rally. And it's a win-win for everybody, folks. So thank you so much for all of your support. I want to give a quick thank you to Angela. Thank you so much, Angela, for your support on PayPal. All right, so I'm going to give shout outs to Patriots that are sharing the live stream. We have Perry, we have AK, Activist Bowen. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see here. Thank you so much to Yo Mama once again for sharing the live stream on social media. If you guys share it on Facebook or Twitter, I'll give you guys a quick shout out. So thank you so much for sharing. I want to give a quick thank you to Jeffrey and Sponge. Thank you so much for sharing for contributing on Super Chat. Thank you so much. I get confused sometimes, folks. But it's okay. All right, so thank you so much to Sponge and also to Jeffrey. And I think we got one more here. Let's see. AO 1968. I think I already said that, but thank you so much for your support.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I want to give a shout out to Color Me Red. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Also, Roger. Thank you so much, Roger, for sharing the live stream on social media. And it looks like we got another super chat. So let me get that real quick and say a thank you. And I think I saw it. There we go. Thank you so much to MB Schmez. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. I know I butcher a lot of this stuff. But I hope I said that right, and thank you so much for your support on Super Chat. Let's see if we have any more Patriots sharing the live stream on Twitter, so we can give them a quick shout out here. We have Fort Kafifi. Thank you so much. Let's see here. We have Larry Stokes. Thank you so much. Deplorable Tom. Thank you so much, Deplorable Tom. Ehab Botros. Thank you so much. I apologize if I said that wrong. Conservative American, thank you so much. QFD Band Dreg, thank you so much. Peggy, thank you so much, Peggy, for sharing the live stream. Donna, thank you so much, Donna, for sharing the live stream on social media. We also have Shane and Chris B. Thank you so much for always sharing the live stream and for all of your support. We would also like to say happy Halloween from us here at Golden State Times. Believe it or not, I'm sorry. I lost track of my thinking. We decorated for Halloween and stuff like that. I'm going to be putting some pictures of that later on our Twitter. So press 1 on the chat if you guys decorated your house, either inside or outside, your apartments, condos, whatever you live in. Did you guys decorate it for Halloween? And are you guys going to decorate for Christmas? Remember, we say Merry Christmas again. We don't say no happy holidays or any of that stuff. We say Merry Christmas. So that's very good, folks. It started last year, and believe it or not, it's going to happen this year too. Merry Christmas. But for now, today, we have Happy Halloween, and the president's coming out soon. He's on his way to the venue. He's actually very, very close to the venue. So make sure you guys stay tuned. As you guys can see, the seal is already on the podium, which means that he is approximately, I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes away from the speech. So this is your warning. Go get your coffees, go get your hot chocolates, go get your beers, whatever you want to drink, because the president's set to come out soon. Thank you so much. I want to give a quick thank you to Paul. Let me get that right. Yeah, Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. And also, thank you to Ursula. Thank you very much, Ursula, for your support on Super Chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the support today. We've been hitting a rough patch last few rallies, but it looks like we're up and running and full steam ahead, folks. So many rallies coming up. We're pumped, and we hope that you guys are pumped. For 11 rallies in 4 days, that's amazing. The president works extremely hard, folks. He really wants to make sure that we keep the Senate and we keep the House. That way, all of the legislation goes through without any problems. But we'll have to see. We're going to have coverage live here at Golden State Times on Tuesday, November the 6th, for the midterm elections. I want to give a quick thank you to David Russell for your support on PayPal. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to help out Golden State Times get to the next 11 rallies, believe it or not, 11 rallies, that's just insane. But it's good. Don't get me wrong. We love it. 11 rallies, that's perfect. But it's just, it was very hectic, getting to all that. But if you'd like to help out Golden State Times, the link is in the description below for our PayPal, or you can also use Super Chat. That's a very good way of doing it too. Let me see if there's any more Patriots sharing the live stream. That way we can give them a quick shout out and a thank you for sharing the live stream. We got Q Meme Warrior. Thank you so much for your support, Q Meme Warrior. We also have Carolyn Toms, and also, let's see, Carolyn Toms. We also have... I can't really say this one. I don't know what language that's in. All right. So thank you so much to Wendy and also King's Kid 1776. Thank you so much for your support, sharing the live stream on Twitter. Thank you so much. All right, so I'd like to give a quick shout out to Hung. I hope that's how you say it. I apologize if it's not. But Hung Trin, thank you so much. And also David Russell, thank you so much for your support on PayPal. Let's see, I'm going to give a couple more shout outs to everyone that is sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Thank you very much to Dennis. Thank you so much, Dennis, for your support and sharing the live stream on social media. Willow Lady, thank you so much for sharing the live stream. Let's see, where else? Here we go. Carolyn Toms, thank you so much. And I think that's it for right now. If you'd like to help out Golden State Times, all you have to do is just share the live stream on Twitter or Facebook or Reddit or any of those. If you're part of those groups on Facebook or Twitter or Reddit or Gab or any of those sites, make sure to also share it on there. And don't forget to click the thumbs up button below the video. That way YouTube has no choice but to share this and to recommend this to more Americans. They have no choice, folks. No choice. If you guys help us out, click the thumbs up button, be active on the chat, and also share the live stream. YouTube has absolutely no choice but to put it in recommended, and then more Patriots are going to be able to see these rallies. So thank you so much in advance. I want to give a thank you to Michael for supporting us on Super Chat. Thank you so much, Michael, for all of your support. Super Chat is a very good way of supporting the channel. So if you would like to support Golden State Times just like Michael did, then using Super Chat is a very good way. Thank you so much in advance. I want to give a quick shout out to Samson. Thank you so much for supporting us through Super Chat. I always get those two confused. Thank you for supporting us through Super Chat, Samson. Thank you very much to Salvatore and Samson. Again, thank you so much for your support through Super Chat. All right, so I'd like to give a shout out to Patriots that are contributing through PayPal. And we have Chosen Blessing, thank you so much. Mark Cox, thank you so much. Russell, thank you so much. Let's see here. Russell, again, thank you so much. Angela Williams, thank you so much for your support. David Russell, once again, thank you so much. Hung Trin, thank you so much. Let's see here. Irene, thank you so much, Irene. And we also have Hashavan Suzuki, thank you so much for your support. I'm sorry, I don't know if this is Lois or Lewis Sanders. Thank you so much. I apologize for that. Maybe you can let me know in the chat. You can yell at me at the chat on the chat if you want. Thank you so much for your support. I'd like to give a thank you to Jacob Hines. Thank you so much for your support through PayPal. I'd like to give a shout out to Patriotic Marine for sharing the live stream on social media. That kind of rhymed. Also like to give a shout out to Lipstick Pundit. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. I'd like to give a shout out to Jeanette RN for Trump. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream. My IPTV World, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Bravo Zulu DJT, thank you so much for sharing the live stream on social media. Thank you so much to Mike T for supporting us through Super Chat. if you just joined us a few minutes ago or right this very instant, if you guys share the live stream on social media, I'll give you guys a quick shout out through microphone as a thank you for supporting us and helping us out. Sharing the live stream on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Reddit, 4chan, 8chan, email, text message, however you can send it out there helps out the channel immensely. So thank you so much for that. Also, don't forget to click the thumbs up button below the video and make sure that you guys are subscribed and the notification bell is on. That way you get a heads up when we go live. The president should be coming out soon. And we got more shout outs through Super Chat here. Let's see, who do we have? Thank you so much to Bob. Thank you so much for your support. And also Dominic Shelley, thank you so much for your support through Super Chat. Bob says if I can find the Donald on Reddit. I don't know what the question really is. I know what the Donald is on Reddit, but I really need a little bit more information, Bob. Let me know what you're talking about. All right, folks, the cameras are turning. The president is set to come out in just a few minutes. Press 1 on the chat if you are ready for President Trump. Let him know that you guys are ready for his speech. Press 1 on the chat. I'd like to say thank you to Incognito. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for your support on Super Chat. I'd like to say thank you to Ray. Thank you so much, Ray, for your support through Super Chat. All right, so I'd like to give a shout out to Viva, and it says, please give a shout out to I Have Fallen in Love with President Trump on Amazon. Thanks for the great songs you play. Well, thank you so much for your support. And I got to look that up. I Have Fallen in Love with Trump on Amazon. Okay, I'll definitely look that up after this rally, and I'll let you guys know what I think on the next rally or the next live stream. You know what song we should play? That way maybe the president can come out sooner. Let's see if the president hears this. President Trump, we're going to play our favorite song maybe that way you can come out a little bit faster because we're waiting for you, Mr. Trump. We're waiting for you. So let's play his song real quick. It'll come up in just a second.
In recent years, this country's gone to hell, and the crack's getting bigger on the side of that Liberty Bell. Well, Clinton, Obama, and the Democratic crew sure did a number on me and you. It wasn't my vote, you can blame yourselves for that. But we got a chance to turn things around if you get your butt up off the ground and understand we're all gonna have to work. This big old country was built on sweat, and if we're gonna make it great again, you're gonna get wet. But the first things first, we all gotta vote for Trump. Vote for Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. And to hell with the rest, he'll get us over the hump. And down the road, we'll all go, and the wall will get built by Mexico. But first things first, we all gotta vote for Trump. He understands the working man, tells the truth that we can understand. If you don't like it, you can all just kiss our ass. Kiss our ass. He pays his own way, don't take no crap. Gonna bring back country, get rid of rap. And if nothing else, we can all thank Donald for that. Thank you, Donald. Vote for Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. To hell with the rest, he'll get us over the hump. And down the road, we'll all go, and the wall will get built by Mexico. But the first things first, we all gotta vote for Trump. Well, little Marco and Lion Ted, it's time to go home and crawl in bed. The campaign's over and the big fat ladies sing. And Hillary Clinton don't stand a chance with her preacher hair and her old man pants. Take Bill home, good God, he's getting old. Now let's vote for Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Yeah, to hell with the rest, he'll get us over the hump. And down the road, baby, we'll all go, and the wall's getting built by Mexico. Well, first things first, we all gotta vote for Trump. Jesus says, vote for Trump.
All right, folks, that song is amazing now as it was when we first started playing it during the 2016 presidential election, folks. So make sure you guys stay tuned. The president should be coming out soon, hopefully. Where are you, President Trump? We know that you're in the building. We know that you're in there, but maybe he's doing an interview. I don't know, but hopefully he comes out in the next few minutes. Stay tuned live here at Golden State Times. Please share the live stream, click the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the chat. I'd like to give a shout out to, we have another super chat here, and it's Morris Hernandez. Thank you so much for your support on super chat. Also, I noticed that there was like maybe one or two other super chats. I apologize that I did not say thank you, but if you did support us through super chat and I didn't get to say your name, I apologize. It was in the middle of the song, and I hope that maybe you can let us know, or maybe the mods can let me know who I missed. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you to CJM. Thank you so much for your support on Super Chat. Thank you so much, Patriot.
Hello, Florida. Hello, Florida. We love you, Florida. And I'm thrilled to be back in this great state, the great state of Florida, with thousands of hardworking American patriots. It's an important time in our country. In just 6 days, the people of Florida are going to send Rick Scott to the United States Senate, and Ron DeSantis will be your next governor, Rick and Ron. Before going any further, I want to take a moment to address the horrific shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. It was terrible. 11 Americans were brutally murdered in an evil anti-Semitic attack. Yesterday, I traveled to Pittsburgh to meet with the families and first responders. And I especially want to thank Rabbi Jeffrey Myers. He was terrific. He was terrific. Fine man. We grieve for the families of the fallen, and we send our eternal gratitude to the law enforcement officers who sustained severe injuries taking down the gunmen. They were incredible. They were incredible. They were incredible. Could have been As bad as it was, and it was bad, it could have been far worse, they were unbelievable, and they got there fast. We pledge our resolve to remove the vile poison of anti-Semitism and so many other problems from our world, and we reaffirm our unbreakable solidarity with the Jewish people. Thank you. Yesterday's visit to Pittsburgh was about coming together as a nation to comfort and to heal. After this day of unity and togetherness, I came home and sadly turned on the news and watched as the far left media once again used tragedy to sow anger and division. Sadly, they took a small group of protesters far away from where we were because we could not have been treated better, the First Lady and myself, but we're representing the presidency. And they did everything in their power to try to play it up and push people apart. That's what's happening. They're pushing people apart. It was fake and it was make-believe, what they said. I came home, looked forward to seeing it, and it was sad. And when we talk about division, this is a big part of the division right there. The far-left media has spread terrible lies and stories about the Trump administration and the tens of millions of people who make up our great movement, the greatest political movement in the history of our country. The greatest. The greatest. It's the greatest movement in the history of our country, and they don't even refute that fact. It is possibly the greatest political movement anywhere. I can't think of any place else. Because of you. The movement is you, and it's about you, not me. It's about you. I am proud of the fact that my administration has boldly revitalized our nation's historic bond with Israel and moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. And remember, many presidents have promised to do that. Many, many, many presidents. We are going to move the embassy to Jerusalem, and then they don't do it. The reason is, it is not an easy thing to do. I've done it. And by the way, the embassy is already built, it's already open, and it came in $1 billion less than people thought. They should like that. They should really like it. We've taken aggressive measures against the terrorist groups that seek the slaughter of innocent people all around the world for lots of different reasons. It's terrible. We've taken unprecedented action to confront the regime in Iran, and we have ended the horrible, one-sided Iran nuclear catastrophe. And Iran is a much different country today than the country that started off at the beginning of our administration almost 2 years ago. We have forcefully condemned hatred, bigotry, racism, and prejudice in all of its ugly forms. But the media doesn't want you to hear your story. It's not my story, it's your story. And that's why 33% of the people in this country believe the fake news is, in fact, and I hate to say this, in fact, the enemy of the people. The left-wing media doesn't want to solve problems. They want to stoke resentment. It has to stop. They believe that progress isn't good for profit or for whatever reason it is they're playing their game. Our movement is about safe homes, great jobs for every citizen. Our movement is about love for our fellow Americans. Our movement is for everyone and belongs to anyone who wants to build a better future. You can do it right here in the USA, right here. Just look at the amazing things that we have all done working together. The unemployment rate just fell to the lowest level in over 50 years. More Americans are working today than at any point in the history of our country. Think of that. How do you lose that debate when I'm up against one of these people that we're seeing and watching? Oh, I hope one of them gets that nomination. When you say more people are working today than at any point in the history of our country, I think the debate is over. Hispanic American and African American poverty have reached all-time lows, right? African American, Hispanic American, and Asian American unemployment have all achieved their lowest levels in recorded history. We've eliminated a record number of job-killing regulations, more than any other administration, no matter how long it went. We did that quickly. We passed a massive tax cut, biggest tax cut for working families, and we will soon follow it up with another 10% tax cut for the middle class. And the Democrats want to raise your taxes substantially. Remember that. Remember what Nancy Pelosi said. We will raise your taxes. And I'm trying to say, is that good politics? I don't think so, but she really believes it. They want to raise your taxes. And all that we built is very fragile. Somebody can destroy it pretty quickly if they don't know what they're doing. We are taking care of our veterans. We are taking care of our military, and we will soon be more powerful than we have ever been before, our military. Our military is being rebuilt at a level that nobody can even believe. New planes, new rockets, new missiles, new ships, new satellites. Under Republican leadership, America is booming, America is thriving, and America is winning because we are finally putting America first. But everything we have achieved, and it's monumental, is at stake in this election. Democrats want to erase our prosperity and reverse our progress. In less than 1 week, Americans will go to the polls in one of the most important elections of our entire lives. Although I will say, not as important as 2016. What can I say? I'd like to say, but not really. Republicans want strong borders, no crime, no chaos, and no caravans. Democrats want open borders, And they want to invite caravan after caravan into our country, which brings crime upon crime. A vote for Democrats is a vote to liquidate America's borders, and it's a vote to let meth, fentanyl, heroin, and other deadly drugs pour across our borders, drugs that take the lives of think of this, over 70,000 Americans a year. If you want high taxes and high crime, vote for the Democrats. Vote for the Democrats. And the wall is being built. We just spent $1.6 billion on a big section, another $1.6 billion now. We have another $1.6 billion coming. But we want to build it all at one time. All at one time, not in little pieces. But we're getting prepared for the caravan, folks. You don't have to worry about that. Getting prepared for the caravan. And they got a lot of rough people in those caravans. They are not angels. They are not. You saw what happened 2 days ago with the Mexican military and the Mexican police. You saw what happened there. How tough the opposition is. We're tougher than anybody. We're tougher than any force. And we're probably going to have to be, unfortunately. I tell them, turn back, and they're not going to be released. It's called catch, but we take the word release out. We're not releasing anymore. Catch. We have no choice. If you want low taxes and low crime, vote Republican. This election is truly a choice between results and resistance. How about their whole theme? Obstruct. Resist. What the hell do you get out of that? Resist. They want to resist. Great, resist. It's the only thing they're good at. They resist, and they stick together. That is true. They stick together, great. But that's about it. They're bad policy, bad politicians, but they do stick together. Between greatness, and this is really an election, between greatness and gridlock. It will be gridlock. And it's a choice between an economy that is going strong and setting records at every level, and the Democrats who are going absolutely crazy, folks. They're going crazy. So you have to go out on November 6th or sooner. Who voted? Who voted? Oh, wow. Everybody voted already? No kidding. Let me see it again. Who voted? Then what the hell am I doing here tonight? Goodbye. What am I doing here? Boy. It's like 100% of the people in this room voted. All right, let's just enjoy ourselves, okay? I can skip the vote. But actually, you see all the people back there? Looks like the Academy Awards. I call them the Academy Awards. And by the way, I have to say this. You have some very good people also as reporters and journalists. I know some incredible people. You have some that are not good at all. You have some very good people, too. I want to say that. You have some very good people. We are honored to be joined tonight by many great Florida Republicans, including a man who's so great to me on television. This guy is special. He was a great businessman. Now he's a great congressman. Francis Rooney. Where's Francis? I love him when he defends me. He's brutal. He gets the job done, right, Francis? Thank you, man. Thanks, Francis. Another man, great talent, young, handsome, going places. You talk about defending, he's fantastic. Matt Gaetz. Thank you, Matt. Great job. These guys on television are very proficient, I have to be honest with you. A man who people love and the state loves. A congressman who's done a fantastic job. He's always there. Works so hard. Gus Bilirakis. Gus. Thank you, Gus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Along with the next congressman from Florida's 17th district, Greg Steube. Greg Steube. And your state's chief financial officer, he watches all that money that pours in. Jim Petronas. Jim, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. You know, they don't tell me where these people are sitting. You got this place is thousands of people. I sort of have to guess. But we get it right. We're especially proud to be joined by the next United States Senator from Florida, Governor Rick Scott. Great guy. Governor Scott is doing a truly incredible job leading your state's Hurricane Michael response, all of the hurricanes, all of the problems. He takes a problem and he turns it into an asset. He is an unbelievable talent. He works harder than anybody. Always calls up with good news. Yeah, I've got this one taken care of, that one taken care of. He really is. He's a talent. And we send our prayers to the Florida Panhandle, people we love, and everyone in that storm's path. That was a tornado that was 50 times wider. That was brutal. We went there, we visited, we had houses ripped off their foundations, and even the foundations were gone. Nobody's seen anything like it. Together we will ensure that Florida comes back stronger than ever, already happening. And you remember our hurricane last year, the response that we gave was A+, and Rick and everybody in Florida did a phenomenal job. Rick and Ron also worked closely with us to pass legislation to build a reservoir south of Lake Okeechobee. That was an expensive one. To clean Florida's water. That's a big one. That's a big one. Those two guys worked hard on that. Rick Scott is one of the best governors in Florida's history. He's considered one of the best governors, maybe the best governor, but one of the very, very top elite governors anywhere in the country. And if elected, he will keep the Florida boom in full swing. Rick Scott always delivers for the people of Florida. Rick Scott, please come up. Rick.
Good evening. Are we not honored to have President Donald Trump in Florida? We want him every day. So let me tell you about your president. In the last year, we've had 2 hurricanes. Every day he calls me. Every time I call him, he says, what do you need? I'll do anything you want. Take care of your citizens. There is absolutely nothing that I've asked from Donald Trump with regard to these 2 hurricanes that he hasn't come through. Let's give a big round of applause for your president. So Hurricane Michael was horrible. About 30-mile wide, 150-mile-an-hour winds, 14-foot of storm surge. But guess what? People from all over this country came down here and took care of our citizens. They brought food, water, generators, tarps. They did everything to take care of our citizens. And you know what? They didn't say, oh, what party are you? No, they said, we're going to help every citizen in this state just like your president did. They did it. Everybody came down. We can do the exact same thing in Washington. We can bring this country together and make this country the place where all of us can be proud of. Let me tell you what this president's also done. He said he wants every child, every adult to live the dream of this country. I grew up in a very poor family. I lived in public housing. He wants every child like that to have a great education and their parents to have the best paying jobs. And he's doing it every day. Now, let me tell you about my opponent, and here's your choices. Senator Bill Nelson cares about one job, his. In Florida, in the last 8 years, we've added 1,600,000 private sector jobs, not government jobs. Senator Bill Nelson has been in office for 42 years. He voted against the Trump tax cuts. He has voted for higher taxes over 300 times. In the last 8 years in Florida, we've cut taxes almost 100 times, $10 billion. Senator Bill Nelson, when he took office, the national debt was about $600 billion. It's now almost $21 billion. Thank you, Senator Nelson. In Florida, we've cut our debt by almost $11 billion in 8 years. Senator Bill Nelson is for catch and release. President Trump and Rick Scott, we want a secure border. We want you to be safe. The choice is clear. You want somebody that's going to go to D.C. and do what we've done here and make sure we cut taxes like President Trump has done, cut regulations like President Trump has done, and work on paying down debt. Now, I have a 6-year-old grandson. He says, Grandpa, how are you going to win the election? I said, you get more votes than the other person. It's as simple as that. Everybody here can vote tomorrow if you've not voted. We have early voting in every county in the state. Vote, vote, vote. Take a friend, get out to vote. We can win all these elections. We can make sure that we make sure that we continue to turn this country around. Thank you for the opportunity to do it here. Thank you again, President Trump, for all you've done for our great state.
Great job. Thank you. I know him well. He wants to go right now. Back to work. He wants to work. Rick is running against far-left Democrat Bill Nelson. You know that. A vote for Bill Nelson is a vote for Chuck Schumer. Remember this, Chuck Schumer, and they want to enact the radical agenda of Nancy Pelosi. During his 3 decades in Congress, Bill Nelson has developed one of the worst voting records of any lawmaker. Nelson voted against your tax cuts. He voted against virtually everything that we want, including regulation cuts. He voted against Neil Gorsuch and against Brett Kavanaugh. Figure that one out. Bill Nelson voted against Kate's Law, and he voted to support deadly sanctuary cities that release drug traffickers and violent predators into Florida communities because Bill Nelson wants open borders. We don't want open borders. Our country can't survive with open borders. If you want a leader who shares your values and who will fight for your families, you need to get out and vote for Rick Scott. Now, I'm really talking about the people on television because everybody in here is voting. All the people on television, vote for Rick Scott. Finally, I'm thrilled to introduce the next governor of Florida, a great gentleman, Ron DeSantis. Ron is a veteran, and he's a patriot, and he will continue the incredible jobs boom. And boom, you just look at what's happening to this state. This is my state also. Look at what's going on in the great state of Florida. He'll continue what Governor Scott began. Florida's economy is one of the hottest anywhere in the nation, anywhere in the world, and Ron DeSantis is going to keep it that way. Ron will keep your taxes going way down, jobs going way up, and he will always support our veterans, our military, and our law enforcement. Ron, come on up.
Is Southwest Florida Trump country or what? I'm proud to say that of the candidates running for governor, I'm the only one that has worn the uniform and served in our military. I'm the only candidate that ain't going to raise your taxes here in Florida. And I'm the only guy that can credibly say I'm not under investigation for corruption by the FBI. As governor, I will protect our good economy, and that means we cannot raise taxes. We need to continue to recruit businesses here, and I believe Florida can boom like never before. Andrew Gillum wants to raise taxes by 40%. That will cost jobs, cost us business, stop the investment into Florida. We can't let that happen. I'll also stand by our men and women in law enforcement and protect Florida's communities. Andrew Gillum is a failed mayor. In Tallahassee, they've had the highest crime rate in Florida under his leadership, and last year, they had the highest number of murders in the history of the city. He signed a pledge attacking our men and women in law enforcement, saying police and prisons have no place in justice. He cannot keep Florida safe, and you need to come out and vote for me because I will protect Florida's communities. Andrew Gillum wants to abolish ICE. He wants to have open borders. He would allow sanctuary cities and would turn Florida into a sanctuary state. I can tell you this. As governor, I will never allow Florida to be a sanctuary state. We will protect your health care. Andrew Gillum is hanging out with Bernie Sanders. And what they want to do, they call it Medicare for all, but if you read the fine print, every senior loses Medicare or Medicare Advantage under their plan. They get dumped on a single-payer government system. If you get insurance through your business, that is taken away from you by force, and you are thrown onto a single-payer government plan. Government has no right to take away the health care benefits that you're earning. You deserve to keep it. As governor, I will work with the president and with the Trump administration to make sure that we get the resources we need to clean our water and clean our rivers and protect our way of life here in the state of Florida. Now, Andrew Gillum can't work. He's running on impeaching the president. For what? You know, I don't know what he's thinking about impeachment. I mean, this is a guy that took bribes from an undercover FBI agent, took money from a lobbyist, did favors for the lobbyist. Maybe we should impeach Gillum as mayor of Tallahassee. As governor, I will look to the president for, he made promises to you when he ran that he would appoint solid constitutionalists to the U.S. Supreme Court and the courts of appeals, and he has delivered. We have 2 great judges on the U.S. Supreme Court and more appeals judges than any president at this point in history. And as governor, I will appoint solid constitutionalists to our state Supreme Court. We will end judicial activism in Florida once and for all. As governor, I will protect your Second Amendment rights. So it's an honor to have the president here. I want to thank him for what he's done for our economy. I want to thank him for what he's done to fight terrorism. I want to thank him for what he's done for our military, which is stronger than ever. And as an Iraq war veteran, I want to thank him for what he has done to stand by our veterans. So we need your support between now and November 6th. Come out, pull the lever for Ron DeSantis, and I will protect Florida's future for a generation. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. Thanks. Good job, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. This is crazy. This is awesome. Good job. Wow. So Ron is running against a radical socialist who wants to turn Florida, frankly, into Venezuela. Get used to it. That's what's going to happen, too. Andrew Gillum wants to take a wrecking ball to one of the most successful economies anywhere in the world, the Florida economy, with massive tax hikes, crippling regulations, and a socialist healthcare takeover that would destroy your state. Andrew Gillum wants to throw open your borders to drug dealers, human traffickers, gang members, and criminal aliens. And Gillum supports deadly sanctuary cities. He wants to abolish ICE, and he signed an extreme left-wing pledge that supported an end to all borders. Oh, that's great. That's what we want. Let those people pour right in, folks. Let them come enjoy you on your front lawn. Andrew Gillum is too extreme for the people of Florida. You're not gonna take it long. And he's also weak on crime. On Andrew Gillum's watch, there were more murders last year. You just heard it. I think Ron probably saw my speech, but everybody knows it. Than any year in the history of Tallahassee. You know that. And Gillum is weak on corruption. Tallahassee is among the most corrupt cities anywhere in the United States. Is this really what you want in the state of Florida? Is this really what you want? And I have to tell you about Bill Nelson for a second. So he's running against our great Rick. I'm in Florida a lot. I have a lot of different things in Miami and Palm Beach, and I stay here, and it's a great place. But I never see Bill Nelson. I never see. I was commenting on it the other day. I'm here a lot. I never see Senator Nelson, ever, until 6 months before the election, and then you don't see anybody else but him. You never see him. And he's just a vote for Schumer. He will always 100% vote for Schumer. He will never, ever vote for what we want. So Bill Nelson and Andrew Gillum would be a disaster for Florida's economy, your jobs, your safety. The people of Florida are going to reject socialism and elect Ron DeSantis and Rick Scott. A majority of Democrats on the ballot for Congress have already signed up to support a socialist takeover of health care that would destroy Medicare, eliminate Medicare Advantage for nearly 2 million Florida seniors. The Democrat plan is especially unfair to Hispanic Americans. 1 out of 2 Hispanic seniors is enrolled in Medicare Advantage. You know that. Republicans will protect Medicare for our great seniors who have earned it, and they've paid for it. They've been paying for it. And we will always protect Americans with pre-existing conditions. Always. Always. The Democrat plan also raised Medicare to fund benefits for illegal aliens at the expense of our seniors, people of Florida. As we speak, the Democrat Party, you notice I don't say Democratic, I say Democrat, because that's their name, even though the other flows so much nicer. The Democratic Party, they should change their name and send me a check for giving them some free advice. But it's not the Democratic, it's called the Democrat Party, is openly encouraging millions of illegal aliens to break our laws, violate our borders. You see what's happening right now because they won't give us any votes on border security and overwhelm our country. And they want to sign them up for free health care, free welfare, free education, and the right to vote. And the Democrats want to continue giving automatic birthright citizenship to every child born to an illegal alien.
even if they've been on our soil for only a matter of seconds. Hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrant children are made automatic citizens every year because of this crazy policy, and they are all made instantly eligible for every privilege and benefit of American citizenship at a cost of billions of dollars a year. That's what it costs, billions. Back before the Democrat Party went crazy, they also opposed this practice. Harry Reid said, no sane country, quote, no sane country would grant automatic citizenship to the children of illegal immigrants. That's what he said. That's before he went crazy. Under this policy, anyone who breaks into our country and has a child, the very next moment that child would be made a citizen for life. Great. This policy has even created an entire industry of birth tourism, big business, where pregnant mothers travel to America to make their children instant American citizens. Congress has never passed a law requiring birthright citizenship for illegal aliens, and the Constitution does not, I say that to the media, does not require it. Read it. Because illegal aliens are not subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. Democrats also support the insane policy of catch and release, which has created our border crisis, or certainly helped. A Democrat victory on Election Day would be a bright, flashing invitation to traffickers, smugglers, drug dealers, and gang members all over the world, come on in. That's what you're saying. Republicans believe our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. And the Republican Party will always stand proudly with the heroes, that's what they are, heroes of ICE, Border Patrol, and law enforcement. And I saw that yesterday in Pittsburgh. And yes, we will finish the wall. It's moving along. We want to do it fast. Want to do it much faster. But watch what we do. Instead of building a little bit of a wall down there very quickly, watch. You watch. It's going to be very interesting over the next week. If you want safe communities and strong borders, vote for Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis. This election is about safety, and it's also about prosperity. Florida manufacturing jobs are growing at their fastest rate ever recorded. Earlier this month, I announced that we are replacing the horrible NAFTA deal with an incredible brand new U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. USMCA, folks, USMCA. Great deal. We opened them up. We've also taken the toughest ever action to crack down on China's abusive trade practices. And we're winning. Very big. We're winning. Very big. After years of rebuilding other countries, we are finally rebuilding our country. Thank you very much. And every day, it's promises made, promises kept. You know that. In fact, one of these fine people said recently, you know, actually, he's promised certain things, and he's fulfilled more than he's promised, which is true. Which is true. We passed Veterans' Choice for many, many years. They were trying to get it. Giving our veterans the right to see a private doctor when they have to wait online for weeks and weeks and weeks, get sicker and sicker. Can you imagine We passed Veterans' Choice. They've been trying to get it passed for 44 years, and I got it passed 2 months ago. Now they see a line and they go to their doctor. We pay the bill. And boy, it works out great. They're very happy. And the landmark VA accountability law to ensure anyone who mistreats our veterans has to be accountable. In other words, you're fired, get out. We secured $700 billion and $716 billion to fully rebuild the United States military. And I know most of you don't care about this that are in the military, but we gave our great warriors their largest pay increase in over 10 years. I know you don't care about that. And at my direction, the Pentagon is now working to create the sixth branch of the American Armed Forces, the Space Force. So important. That's where it's at. It's all about space. Very soon it's going to all about space, and we're going to be stronger, as we are almost everywhere now, stronger than anyone by far. Together we've made extraordinary progress, but we are just getting started. If you vote Republican this November, we will continue to cut your taxes, cut your regulations, and raise your incomes, which is what we've been doing. We will protect Medicare, and we will protect, just like I've been saying since that first debate, we will protect your Social Security with all the pressure. We have protected your Social Security. Remember, I made that promise. Remember, everybody else said, oh, we have to do something. I've been saying we're going to protect your Social Security. Guess what? We haven't let anyone touch it. We will continue to confirm judges who will interpret our Constitution as written. And we will fully secure the border. Watch. We will pass Kate's Law and stop sanctuary cities. We will stop catch and release. We will end visa lottery. How about visa lottery? Pick a name, come on into the country. And we will end chain migration. Birthright citizenship. You know all about it. We will keep the criminals, the drug dealers. We will keep them all out of our country. We will get rid of all of this. We will end, finally, birthright citizenship. It's costing us so many billions of dollars. People didn't want to bring it up. I said, we have to bring it up. Everybody knows. Everybody knows for many years. But for years you watched as your leaders apologized for America. You now have a president who is standing up proudly for America. We are standing up for your values. We are standing up for Florida, and we are standing up very proudly for our great national anthem. You don't hear too much about that anymore, do you, folks, huh? You don't hear too much about it. But to continue our incredible momentum, you must go out and vote for Rick and Ron. Loyal citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country, returning power to you, the American people, which is true. It's been your movement. This has been your movement. We stand on the shoulders of brave Americans who crossed the oceans, tamed the wilderness, secured our independence, won 2 world wars, and put a man on the face of the moon. Not bad. American patriots defeated fascism, vanquished communism, delivered millions into freedom, and Americans built the greatest country and the most powerful military in the history of the world. These courageous Americans did not shed their blood, sweat, and tears so that we could sit at home while others tried to erase their legacy, tear down our history, and destroy our proud American heritage. We did not. For the sake of our freedom and for the sake of our children, we are going to work, we are going to fight, and we are going to win, win, win. We will not bend. We will not break. We will never give in. We will never give up. We will never, ever, ever back down. We will never surrender. And we will always fight on to victory. We are one people and one family with one glorious American destiny. We all share the same home. We all share the same heart. We all salute the same flag. And we are all made by the same Almighty God. And I want to thank all of the people of Florida. This is such a big group, but outside we have more. And a lot of people were just saying, don't bother coming. This is such a great honor. Because together we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Florida. Thank you.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times. I'm the host of the stream. Thank you so much for joining us, like I said, and choosing us as your stream of choice. Thank you also to the moderators coming out, keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. This was an amazing rally, folks, and people are really pumped in Florida. And the president is going to be doing 11 rallies. Well, actually now 10 rallies in the next 4 days. 10 rallies in 4 days, folks. So make sure you guys stay tuned live here at Golden State Times for all coverage, all the rallies, every single one of them stream live here at Golden State Times. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Tomorrow, 2 rallies. Friday, 2 rallies. Saturday, 3 rallies. Sunday, 3 rallies. And Monday, 3 rallies. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Tons of rallies coming up. If you'd like to help out Golden State Times, you can do so in the link in the description below for PayPal, or you can also do it on Super Chat. Thank you so much for everyone coming out and sharing this live stream, clicking the thumbs up, and the moderators being awesome, keeping the chat clean and enjoyable for everyone. We hope that you guys have a happy Halloween, and make sure you guys give those kids lots of candy. Hopefully the trick-or-treaters are coming soon here too, so we hope to see you guys here next time. We'll be up bright and early tomorrow for more Trump rallies and for more footage from inside the White House, videos and all that good stuff, breaking news like always. My name is Jen. I'm from Golden State Times. Subscribe if you are new. Click the notification bell. Thank you for all your support, like I said, and I'll see you soon. Have a happy Halloween.